I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
Devin, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 93 of the SZN Podcast. As always, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And my usual message, my housekeeping message before we kick off the episode, please can you make sure you head over to SZN Podcast, which is our Instagram, or SZN Pod, which is our Twitter. There's a link in the bio, both of those platforms there, that has all of our links, streaming-wise, whether it's audio you want, like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or if you prefer visuals, got the YouTube up there as well. So make sure you go and do that, like, subscribe, leave us a good review. All right, man, another week. You know what I'm here for, bro. Let's get straight into the nitty-gritty. Not waste time. Devin Haney, George Kambosos. It went down on Sunday, and we have a new undisputed champion in the boxing ranks. Let's clap for the two fighters, and especially let's clap for Devin Haney, who did what was set out for him and expected of him to do. I don't think everyone believed he would do it, but he's gone and done his thing. Yeah, man. Let's talk about the performance from Devin. I think for me, obviously, last week I was saying that I predicted him to win, obviously, but I didn't think it would be super easy. I think leading up to the fight, I saw a lot of change attitudes. I think before you had people saying that, yeah, Devin's going to get this boy, he's going to wash him, blah, blah. But I think closer to the fight, I don't know if you saw the same thing as well, Flowz. I think maybe due to the smack talk Kambosos was coming with, the way he was talking, how confident he seemed, I was seeing a bit of mixed, some people were saying, I think Kambosos might do it, or, he's going to really, trouble Devin. I don't know if you saw those same things from people, sort of not switching sides, but, maybe thinking, Kambosos might have something for him. Do you see that same thing as well, Flowz?
Yeah, I think even in the last episode, I was saying that I'm seeing people really rocking with Kambosos in this one. So I was that's why I was so strong in my sentiments.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a bucket.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a lot of people riding with Kambosos.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm there thinking, you know what? This wasn't even me just switching or whatever. I just thought to myself that, I actually think Kambosos is a good boxer. He's competent. He showed a lot of boxing skill against Teofimo. And I think even though Devin will get the W, it'll be tougher than what I was thinking and what I anticipated. I think it's safe to say that Devin Haney completely outboxed, outclassed, outworked, everything Kambosos on Sunday night. And we really saw, it was really a strong display of levels, bro. That's all I can say, really. Just levels. Pure boxing levels that he showed Kambosos. I almost felt sorry for Kambosos at times in there. Not because he's whack per se. As I said, I think Kambosos is a good fighter, but Devin was just operating at such a higher level than this man that, you can only applaud, really. Especially as the performance goes, you've come away from home into the other opponent's backyard. For the most part, there was obviously a bit of, I won't say turmoil in the camp, but obviously situation with his dad not getting a visa to come and then only getting the visa like a day before the fight happened. He had to deal with all of that as well. For someone that is so young, we can't forget that Devin Haney is only 23. He showed incredible maturity. I think for us, throughout the entire thing for me, the confidence he was coming with, even though Kambosos was coming with that smelly stick talk, he was just like shrugging his shoulders like, all right, bro, whatever you say, man. Like, I'm gonna beat you up anyways. Like, he didn't, what I mean? He didn't like stoop to Kambosos' level. He just showed a lot of maturity in there. And so yeah, I really have to applaud my man. Especially as, don't forget, Devin Haney is someone that's been earmarked for superstardom from a long time ago. He's been earmarked as someone that's going to be the next big thing. And he's been able to deliver. We see a lot of people who unfortunately don't deliver Flowz. We see this in this business all the time. So yeah, man, wonderful performance just from me. And yeah, man, the right man got it. And we saw that on the night. Before we delve into the actual fight itself and the rounds, I don't know if you have anything to add really just on his performance and just how he acquitted himself throughout its entire build-up.
I mean, I don't need to toot my own horn. I was telling people that Kambosos ain't on his level. It's just as simple as that. Like when I was bullish that Kambosos ain't like, he had a good performance against Teofimo, but Teofimo had a massive off day, and Teofimo fell into the mind games, fell into the trap.
Yeah.
And like you say in the build-up, Devin Haney was aware to all of that now. He's seen it before, seen it happen before. He's not going to fall for the same trap.
Yeah.
He's not going to bite with because Kambosos was pulling out all the stops in terms of attempted mind games. Yeah. Like calling them a rat, calling them a snitch, saying, there's going to be 50,000 in the stadium. How are you going to handle that?
Yeah.
How are you going to handle the flight? I was talking about everything but boxing skills. But Haney didn't rise to that. And to be fair to Haney, throughout his career, we've seen him handle media better than most of the other men we talk about, better than Ryan Garcia, better than Tank. He speaks quite well. He acts professional, unless when he's head-to-head with a fighter. Yeah. When he's talking to media, when he's conducting himself, he seems fairly professional. Yeah. But the performance went exactly how I thought it would. He's just a better boxer when it comes down to skills. Yeah. And that's what we saw. Simple as that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that leads us nicely, I guess, into the rounds. I think from round one, you could sort of see the game plan playing out in terms of what Haney was going to do. He was obviously, we know he has we said he's a world-class boxer, and the jab straight away was apparent. He was looking to jab Kambosos, and I think through the early rounds, I could see the problem faced by Kambosos, and I guess what he was trying to do, but Devin Haney wasn't allowing him to do. Because to me, for Kambosos to win this fight, he would have to sort of get on Devin's inside. That was really key for him. Kambosos, who he actually is a counter puncher, I think, from what I've seen of him, he actually works best in the counter. But he had real issues getting on Devin's inside, which is probably where he could have done his best work. And the times when he was successful, it was very few. It came from inside work. But when I say that I could see what he was trying to do and why I felt sorry for him was because Devin Haney's jab was so elite, jab and footwork was so elite, and not just elite, bro, varied. He would do, sometimes Devin would do the patented Floyd jab to the stomach. He would do that, or he would do a flick jab, or he would do a stiff jab, double jab. The jab was firing all night, and it was so varied that every single time that Kambosos wanted to try and come in, he would have to reset his work because he's been hit with jabs. Literally, it happened every single time. So it came to a point where Kambosos was really, for large portions of the fight, being forced to fight at range and try and box Devin Haney from range. And if that's the case, 10 times out of 10, he was going to lose. 10 times out of 10, he could not outbox this guy. Devin Haney's too much of a better boxer than him. He's taller and rangier. And so being forced to fire at range obviously wasn't his game plan, but Devin Haney wasn't letting him come inside. And every time Kambosos actually did make his way inside, you saw what Devin Haney did. Tied him up real quick. Just tied him, stopped him from doing the work. So already Devin Haney has already cancelled out and fully nullified everything that Kambosos was looking to try and do, and trying to, his strengths, cancel that out. And then obviously when it comes to boxing from range, no one's going to outbox Devin Haney in this division, to be honest, for the most part. So it was peak for him. Like I said, I felt sorry for him in portions because of that. The game plan was just too good from Haney, and he's just too good. So yeah, that's what I was seeing that was apparent from the first couple of rounds, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's been apparent to me for a long time. I mean, maybe it was this Kambosos too much. It's just that he didn't have the footwork or the tools to deal with Haney's style, especially Haney's style. Yeah. It's as simple as that to me. Like you say, his game plan was to counter punch as such, but I think in this type of fight, when it's in your home soil, and we know boxing, you kind of have the judges in your pocket when it's in your home soil and it's a homecoming. I think he needed to be a pressure fight in that fight. Extremely, make it rough, make it ugly. Yeah. Not try to counter punch as such and wait. He needed to be applying pressure and applying volume. And that way, you give the judges more of a chance to sneak it towards you. If you get what I'm saying. That's the style I thought he would come in, make it rough, make it ugly, make it difficult for Haney. But to try and almost not box with him, but kind of, he's basically trying to counterpunch.
Yeah.
Haney's got the reflexes and the speed and the know-how to fight that style. He's a boxer. So, yeah.
And especially when the small times where we've seen Haney troubled in his career, obviously Linares had him hurt in the 9th and 10th, I remember, and Jojo Diaz gave him a little bit of trouble as well. That came from these guys applying pressure. You know what I mean? Stepping to him and trying to rough him up and bully him. So we've seen Haney troubled in that way, even though obviously he equipped himself well and he was able to see himself through. You know, that for me, you're seeing something that maybe, okay, potentially this could trouble him. So for Kambosos to have that game plan, which he had, to me was, I don't call it shambolic, but I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what you're thinking. Obviously the counter punching has got him this far. But, you know, I think in these type of fights, in this type of level, in these sort of caliber championship fights, right, you want to see a plan B from a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And Kambosos didn't really come with that. You know, he sort of stuck to his style in terms of what he was trying to do. I guess the latter rounds, he was able to turn it on a little bit, but it wasn't much. I think that was just more Haney knowing that he was so far ahead that he can sort of give, I don't even say give rounds away because he was still winning those rounds, but Kambosos, I guess, was just trying a bit more and being a bit more aggressive because he knew rounds were slipping and, you know, he needed a knockout or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, he stuck to that same style. And yeah, you want to see a bit more in these type of fights. If one thing is not working, show us your IQ. Show us that you might, you know, you can at least try and do something. And again, I'm not trying to knock Kambosos. Like I said, I think he's good or whatever, but it's just a display of levels. That's it, really. Superior levels. And Haney had him beat in all areas, whether it's hand speed, footwork, reflexes, and the size and reach as well. Yeah, man. Is what it is.
It's what it is, man. Yeah, credit to Kambosos though. He didn't fold.
Yeah.
He didn't lie down.
Yeah.
But he was never going to do that. He's not that type of fighter anyway. It's just interesting because a lot of people were talking about, he's stronger. He's got more speed than Haney. He's going to give Haney. I've got him. And all of these people everyone's running to Haney now, running away from Kambosos. I'm
very surprised that people, like I said, I can be like me, for example, saying that Kambosos will be tough, but Haney will win. But I'm surprised at people being so bullish about him doing the upset and, you know, lightning striking twice. I'm very surprised about that. I could have never foresawn Kambosos win this fight at all angles. Like I said, the best he could do was give Haney a good fight, a sort of tough, you know, test, like Linares did, for example. But boy,
the best he could do was a robbery.
Yeah,
and even that robbery, I would have seen it as a draw.
Yeah,
I couldn't see him winning, unless because Haney weren't giving me the signs that he's gonna come in there and try and rush him and get caught and be sloppy.
Yeah,
definitely not Haney. So yeah, man, massive credit to Devin Haney just for showing his skills and shouting out a few of his detractors because Haney's so underrated, so underrated. Yeah. I mean, this is someone who everyone he gets more criticism for being rocked by Linares than Lomachenko gets for being dropped by Linares.
Yeah.
Than Ryan Garcia gets for being dropped by Luke Campbell.
Yeah.
He gets so much more hate than all these other men when he hasn't been as bad as them in certain points almost. They just diss him, they say he's this and that. And now he's undisputed. And all of us, you guys, these were the people who were saying, Kambosos is this and that of beating Teofimo. Will Haney do that to Teofimo? Do you think Haney would do that? Absolutely not.
No, Teofimo is not going to fight. Like, come on, he partly lost to Kambosos. Part of it was ill preparation and him not being serious.
All these people who were saying Kambosos is this and that.
Yeah.
You should be saying Haney could do that to Teofimo now.
Yeah.
Most people are giving Kambosos 1-2 rounds.
Yeah.
Kambosos beat Teofimo, right? I want to hear all these people, what their thoughts on that Haney v Teofimo now.
Yeah.
If they think it's going to be a 12 round whitewash.
Yeah.
Look, it sounds like I'm dissing Kambosos, but it's just
low key, yeah. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
But yeah, he done his thing. But when it comes to 9 times out of 10 fighting these guys, he's not in the mix really and truly. He's got heart. He's got drive. He's a warrior.
Yeah.
Rate him. But there's levels, and Haney's a different level.
Yeah. It looked easy for Haney. He made it look easy. It was a simple W. Like I said, he did everything that he set out that he was going to do, and made it look comfortable. It makes a huge mockery of this rematch clause that's included Flowz. They need to tear that up. They need to tear that rubbish up, man. It's actually, in fact, it's farcical that if the rematch goes ahead, it's farcical, because to me, the skill gap was so big, the gap between the two of them was so big that it's like, what is this rematch going to prove? I don't envision Kambosos improving to such a degree that he can, sort of be on the level of Haney. Again, no knock to Kambosos, but like I said, it's levels. So, yeah, I don't know if, I'm guessing the rematch is on Kambosos. I would like for him to not exercise it, but I guess as a proud warrior, he probably will. But it's annoying because I think it just slows things down a little bit. If you know what I mean? Because obviously we know we'll talk about in a sec who what we want next for Haney, etc. And yeah, it's definitely not George Kambosos again. So yeah, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this rematch doesn't go ahead. And if it does, yeah, we can just get it out the way real quick.
I don't think they'll be able to even slang this rematch. They won't be able to slang it to the Australian crowd. They won't be able to slang it on pay-per-view. I don't think anyone wants to see this really and truly now, especially when it was so one-sided, so clear. And let's keep a buck for the casual. It wasn't an entertaining fight.
It wasn't entertaining at all, I'll be honest.
No one wants to see a boxing clinic as such. No one wants to see the art of hit and not get hit. And I love the jab personally, and I know you like the jab. But not many people like the jab.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. So I don't think they'll be able to even sell it. It won't even be profitable to do the rematch. And it won't even be in Kambosos' hands. Who's his promoter, Ludabella?
Yeah.
Ludabella and ESPN are going to be like, nah, you hold on to that one still. So yeah, I think just because it was so one-sided and the value in it is down the pan. So it's a shame. I don't think an immediate rematch will happen.
Yeah. So obviously, Haney having all 4 belts then, if the rematch, obviously, well, it's an obvious question, is that we know who we want to see him in with in that division. We're hoping it's the Lomachenko's, the Gervonta Davis, is the Ryan Garcia, who was talking. Ryan Garcia was talking a lot of stuff. That guy was tweeting a lot of stuff. He was calling out. I swear he called out. No, he called out Tank.
Yeah. And
I'm saying, why are you calling out the guy who's just won all 4 belts?
He's the biggest bozo in boxing. I'm tired of him. Yeah, such a bozo. I held back on him the last week when Tank faced Rolly, because I was looking at him and I was like, this guy's just a goofball.
He is a goofball.
Today, I'm going to go ahead on him because
go on.
That. Like you say, you're sat there watching the fight. I don't know what you're doing.
He was criticizing it always, boring, putting to sleep, blah, blah.
Man are fighting for undisputed. You're at home on the couch.
Yep.
You ain't fought since, you fought, who's the Ghanaian guy, brother, you fought?
Yeah, Tago.
Tago. That was your last fight. These men are fighting for undisputed.
Yeah.
And you're sitting at home criticizing. You were mandatory at one point for them.
He was. He ducked him.
And you ducked him. You were screaming other man's name. And here you are doing Twitter fingers, talking to the regular champ.
Yeah.
You're tweeting the regular champ saying, oh yeah, we should fight. I'm like,
why are you, like I said, why aren't you calling out the brother that just won all 4 belts? He's scared of Haney. He's been running scared of Haney. So
they all are.
Yeah. I think we established that Haney's probably the most ducked in that division. The only one who hasn't truly ducked him is Loma. That was more on Bob making that call. I don't think Loma ducked him. I think that was
by
Bob.
the 40 did. I don't care by the 40. I don't think, like you said, I don't think personally did. But
yeah, I think Loma wants all the smoke, but Bob was like, no way, we're not having that.
Yeah, it was definitely Bob, but by default, I can't lie, just because of the way. Sorry, Loma. By association, you ducked as well. Because
that's like one with the Rico charge.
Bob Arum's the one who. You know what? In fact, props to Bob Arum. Let's give him his flowers because he's 90 years old and he's still one of the shrewdest businessmen in the mix.
He is. He's annoying, but he knows his chickens. Let's put it that way.
Look at the way he's packed. So to avoid going across the street, he made Teofimo and Lomachenko. Yeah. So Lomachenko got promoted to franchise champion.
Yeah.
He caused this whole mess by creating this fake undisputed, this email chat.
Yeah.
And now look back on his platform. Here he has the undisputed signed to him on a two fight deal.
Yep.
He's great at his job, man. He's a great businessman. And now he's going to line up Lomachenko again somehow.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think that's what's going to be next. Yeah, I'm glad this email champion business is out of the way, but I do think it will probably be now. We're probably going to see Loma versus Haney. I think that'll probably be next. So in theory, that should really free up Tank to fight Garcia, even though that's not going to happen. But really and truly, that should happen. And then the winner of Tank Garcia should fight the winner of, obviously, Haney Loma. I think it's safe to say that, obviously, Haney is who we've got at the top, I guess, in this division. Although I still think that if Tank and Haney do see each other, I think Haney's touching that canvas, boy. I think Tank's gonna get to him at some point during that fight. But yeah, when that fight happens, we can if that fight happens, we could discuss that one. If it's a big if.
Remember, they want to keep it in house.
Yes. So, but Loma and Haney is a lot more realistic, and even that one's a tough one to call for me because Loma is not finished. Like I said, a lot of people are saying this guy's finished. What I saw in that last fight, that brother is far from finished. So even that was a tough one. I think I'll probably favor Haney just about, but that's a 50-50 to me. I can't lie, bro. That's still a 50-50 to me. Haney,
I want to see Haney's mentality towards that because he should be attributing this whole mess to Lomachenko. In his head, I'm sure he does. That Lomachenko, obviously, we know it was Bob Arum. Lomachenko avoided him. Yeah. And rather than facing him, he's mandatory. He got elevated to franchise champion. Yeah. So Devin Haney, the interim champion, was elevated to the actual champion. Yeah. Which is WBC's great way of allowing fighters or allowing promotional companies to duck and cause more of a mess. So it's interesting to see if Devin Haney does give him the shot. If Devin Haney says, nah, I ain't fighting you. I'm gonna go down another route. I'm gonna try and
I hope not, but yeah, we'll see.
I mean, if he's bitter, because even we'll get onto another fight, but you hear Fulton Jr. saying, when you face Roman, Roman didn't give him the shot, and now he's giving Roman the shot. It's the same thing here. Yeah, Lomachenko didn't give Haney the shot. Yeah, is Haney going to give him the shot? So it's a lot of politics in boxing. We'll see if it keeps going, but great fight. Yeah,
all good fights to make. Hopefully, we could see it. But now that we've got one name, one face, and all the belts. Yeah, hopefully we get these little Russian to fight him and prove that they're the best and they're the kingpin, and collect all 4 belts. So hopefully we get that.
I clocked.
What?
Still no one called out Haney,
Yeah, no one calls him out.
Remember when Kambosos won the belt? Why you got to see it?
Oscar as well.
Oh my gosh, these guys.
Oscar's the worst as well, man.
Man. Yeah, Golden Boy, they're funny people.
Yeah, very, very funny people.
Credit to Kambosos, because you know how you said you felt sorry for him? Yeah. I felt sorry for him in the sense that he's been punished for not ducking.
Yeah. But credit to him, because he initially lined up Loma. Yeah. And obviously Loma wasn't able to, he then lined up Haney. Again, big credit to Kambosos. He's got a lot of heart. I give him that. He's not a ducker by any means. He's happy to fight everyone.
Exactly. He's not doing what these other men
do. A lot of men would doing that.
It should be about. Yeah. Really and truly, he should have had an easy homecoming.
Facts.
Knock some guy out and then maybe jump in with one of these mans. But he went straight in with the killers.
Yeah.
Straight in. And allowed us to get to this situation, because none of these other men would have done that.
Yeah.
He's the one who's fixed the division for us.
So big props to him. I'm sure we'll see him again. I still think he loses to most all the other guys we mentioned, but he's still, you know, he'll be about, I reckon, in this division. He'll definitely be about. Yeah, man, credit to him. And yeah, thank you for sorting out a very, very frustrating division. Like I said, probably the most frustrating, one of the most frustrating divisions in boxing. So shout out to him, and hopefully now we get the division opened up.
I credit to Matchroom as well, because
for letting Haney,
letting Haney go over to ESPN.
You think our Hamers let him do that?
Impossible.
Keep it in house.
Yeah, well, that man would have kept it in house. They would have found another way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, credit to Matchroom, credit to Kambosos. Even after the fight, Kambosos was a gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, showed great sportsmanship.
Yeah, very, very gracious defeat. Yeah. And yeah, credit to Devin Haney, man. Well, yeah, we said it. We said that this kid is something special. And he's shown it. He's showing it why, you know, from day one, they've earmarked him as someone that's going to be the future. The dream. Yeah, man, he's doing well. Shout out to Devin Haney. Let's move on to, obviously, the fight you briefly just mentioned now. Stephen Fulton versus Daniel Roman. This won't even take long to wrap up, because once again, we've seen Fulton put on a boxing masterclass. Absolutely schooled Daniel Roman from the first round to the 12th. Easy peasy win for him. Easy peasy win. Not much to say, to be honest, apart from Stephen Fulton is a brilliant, brilliant boxer. And I think he deserves more eyes on him, to be honest, for us. They're not talking about him enough. And obviously, straight away, he called out the Uzbeki guy who's got the other two belts, MJ, is his nickname. So it looks like they're going to set it up ASAP. And as we highlighted last week, he's on some mad run. Unifications, quick, tough defense, but made it look easy. And now he's looking straight to go into undisputed. So hopefully, Fulton, I'm rooting for him. So hopefully, if he wraps off this last leg of getting the other two belts, we get people talking about him and he starts being on pound for pound lists, because he's a really, really good boxer. He's making it look easy in there.
Yeah, I like Cool Boy.
Yeah.
Great, sick fighter. I guess it's because of the division.
Yeah.
It's hard to have eyes on.
Yeah.
Hard to have eyes on you and that not many people tune into that, but he's a cold fighter, and it's just great to see this era of boxing where people are actually chasing undisputed, one face, one name.
Yeah.
Go across all the divisions now. It's looking like we've had an undisputed champion, or we're getting close to an undisputed champion from the top to the bottom. This
is what we said. We said this year it's just going to be hella undisputed fights. Hella.
Yeah. And it's because we've got rid of the Wilders. Honestly,
that was the original Mr. One Name, One Face. That's his term, though. That's his lingo. One day, one way. He started that, but he never did it.
But he had no ambition to achieve it. No ambition. So you're looking across, like we've seen the cruiserweight unified. We've seen, well, hopefully we see light heavy.
Yep.
We've seen super middleweight.
We've seen
middleweight.
Light middle is what we've seen it.
Welterweight close to happening.
Yeah.
140.
Yep.
With Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
135 now. Yeah, going across. We're seeing it all. So yeah, great to see, man.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to Cool Boy Steph, did his thing. Let's move on to what we got on for next week then. A couple fights to discuss. Obviously, we've already prematurely sort of previewed the Inoue fight, which happens Tuesday evening.
Got to mention, what's it called?
Oh, Cordina.
Yeah, we forgot to preview that last week.
Yeah, we forgot to. But what? Joe Cordina has knocked out the Japanese guy. What's his name again? Is it Ogawa?
Yeah.
And Ogawa had the belt as well, and he's knocked him out in the second round. Beautiful KO. What a performance from Cordina. That has really put the lights on him, I think. Put the lights on him. Obviously, I know he's a big matchroom favorite. Eddie Hearn loves Cordina. But that performance there, that's a real coming out party, if you ask me. You know, as someone that, you know, is a top British level fighter. Yeah, man, that's how to take a belt. That's really how to take a belt. Knocks your opponent out, and he's in a really good division because obviously that's Shakur Stevenson's division, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're aware of what Shakur Stevenson was saying after the fight.
Yeah.
Always with the smoke. He gave Cordina his props. He said, yeah, he's one of his favorite British fighters and he's happy to come over here and rock out for that belt. So, yeah, man, what a way to announce yourself, innit?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming for Cordina. Good fighter. Another one who's not really had the eyes or the opportunity. And this was a tight fight. I wasn't even sure if he was going to actually do it, but what a stoppage. That could be one of the KOs of the year. Yeah. And now we get the prospect of some great fights coming up with Shakur Stevenson.
Hey, man, I would love for them to get Shakur over here, you know? I think that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really sick. And yeah, he would do it.
He'll happily do it.
I would love to do that. And I'm sure Eddie can pull that off as well.
Does Eddie want to? Does
Eddie want to? It might be too... It could be Kambosos situation where you just got your belt and you're about to lose it straight away if he gets Shakur over. He might want to just, let Cordina breathe a little bit, have one or two cheeky defenses before getting there, but we'll see.
They're talking about Self and Barrett next. And yeah.
That's a good fight. That's a really good fight. He won. So, he won on the night. He was on undercard. Obviously, he won as well. I like Barrett. Good fighter.
Boxed brilliantly as well. So there's some. And obviously, Archie Sharp is actually he's not with BT anymore. He's not with Queensberry. He's with Pro Bellum, I think. Archie Sharp.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I'm not sure. But I think he's with one of the two. He's either with Queensberry or them. So that's another good fight. He's high in the rankings. I think he's mandatory for Shakur Stevenson as well.
Right.
So, some good fights in that division. But Stevenson, I'm backing him. So it's what it is.
He's not. Look, Shakur Stevenson's not losing in this weight class. Damn near, I'll probably say the weight class above two. I can't lie, bro. The weight class above are holding corn for him as well. So it's Shakur. But credit to Joe Cordina. That's a monster win. And as I said, listeners, you haven't seen it, go check out the KO. It's a real highlight, real KO. In a fight where I don't know if he was super favored to win, but yeah, good W for him regardless. But next week a few fights to sort of run down. Let's start with Daniel Dubois. I think he's over. It's in America, isn't it? He's off to America, Miami to challenge for the WBA regular heavyweight title against America's own Trevor Bryan, who is the current title holder. He's had that belt for I think a couple fights now. I think he's had that belt. I feel like this fight has kind of gone under the radar as well, I partly want to blame Don King and his promotion for that.
Yeah, Don King.
Because if you haven't seen the flyers and the promotional video for this, it's looking mad sloppy, but it's looking GCSE-ish. it's looking poor. I can't lie.
Oh man.
But Daniel Dubois, obviously he's on the sort of the comeback trail ever since his loss to Joe Joyce. I wouldn't say it's a tough fight for him. I mean, it's a title fight, even though it's a title fight. It's a regular title, but it's still considered the main title. So this is a big win for him. His opponent, Trevor Bryan, to be honest, the resume isn't great. He's undefeated, but he hasn't fought the best caliber opposition. I think the best name on his resume is probably Stavern, but he fought Stavern in 2021. This is the 2021 Stavern, and we know that Stavern has been an absolute mess ever since that first Wilder loss, to be honest. So, beating that version of Stavern isn't really pushing the needle out. Let's be real, and that's probably the best name on his resume. So I envision a Daniel Dubois W here, but obviously it's over in America, and again, you don't really know how good Bryan is. But from what I've seen of him, Dubois should be able to handle it.
Yeah, Bryan's not bad. He's not terrible. I mean, there's worse fighters out there.
Yeah.
But regular champion, nah. But anyone can grab that regular belt.
It's easy belt to grab. I can't lie.
Yeah,
you had guys. Remember, you had guys like Manuel Charr who had it for time.
Yeah, that's a useless. They just need to get rid of it. But yeah, I expect Daniel Dubois to win. He should go for the stoppage to avoid any Don King controversy. So get him out of there, get a good win, and it's credit again to these other promoters. What's his name? Uncle Frank.
Yeah.
Uncle Frank.
For letting him go over there.
How even got him lined up to this? Wow, Joyce is still on the couch.
It's peak.
Yeah, you look after your golden boys. So now Daniel Dubois can claim to be a world champion.
Yeah. And being regular puts him a direct line, obviously, when they, because WA tend to order the super versus the regular. They tend to do that at some point. So that gives him a direct beeline to a title shot, really, a full title shot.
Yeah. Usyk has the WA super, right? At the minute?
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, the winner of Usyk, AJ, when that's announced, he has a shot at them. So yeah, go bring it home, Dubois.
Yeah, Frank doing Joe Joyce dirty, man. Doing them dirty. But then again, I think Joe Joyce is in a slot for one of the belts anyways. I think, for one of Usyk's belts now. So yeah, maybe he's obviously just chilling there. But yeah, expecting a Dubois W, to be honest. I think he should have too much for Bryan. I think he's just a bit too explosive for my man. So yeah, we'll see. But it's actually a decent fight on paper,
it's Bryan's better than the last few people he's fought. So
yeah, cool. Another fight we've got coming up as well next week is Edgar Berlanga, who is up against Angulo. That's actually quite a decent opponent for Berlanga. Angulo's only lost twice, and the people who he lost to were good opponents. He lost to Benavidez, and he lost to Gilberto Ramirez. So these are two considered top level elite fighters that he's lost to. So yeah, man, this is a big step up for Berlanga. This is a real make or break step up. Because obviously, given his last performances and stuff and the knockout streak, people are saying that this guy might just be a one-trick pony. He's really gonna have to earn his keep against Angulo, to be honest, because Angulo has been in there with the best. Ramirez was beaten by UD, and then obviously Benavidez had got him out there in the 10th. So he's rough. He's durable. We should see how he handles that. But yeah,
should be a good fight for Berlanga. Obviously, his hype has kind of dropped. But I think this is a good test and aim for a good performance. Let's see what you've been working on in the gym and go out there and stop him. Or try to. He ain't stopped anyone at the time, has he?
Nah, last 3 fights, I think. Yeah, cool. All right, then. So the final fight we got lined up for the week is Mexico's own Jaime Munguia, who is out against a British guy who I've never heard of before in my life until today, a guy called Jimmy Kelly. This Kelly brother boasts a 26-2 record from what I can see on BoxRec, 10 KOs. His 2 losses came against Dennis Hogan in 2018 and Liam Smith in 2015. Flowz, you don't look too happy about this matchup here. What are your thoughts about this Munguia?
I don't know what Munguia is doing, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't even think it's because he was mandatory for Demetrius, no?
Yes, he was. He turned it down for time. So he needs a couple more fights.
This year has been a waste for Jaime Munguia because he fought Gabe Rosado last year.
Yeah.
Kambosos Jr. last year.
Yep.
And since the turn of the year, he's fought some other guy.
Demetrius Ballard was his last one in Feb, who he battered in 3 rounds.
Yeah, never heard of my man. And Jamie Kelly, is it?
Yeah, Jimmy Kelly is obviously who's fighting. Yeah.
This reeks of Oscar De La Hoya. De La Hoya.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know what they're doing with him.
This is Golden Boy at his finest. De La Hoya you know how we kill Mayweather and Al Heyman for milking the cash cow, like Tank, for example. De La Hoya is probably worse.
Yeah.
He's even worse for it.
He's been doing it.
Yep. Yeah, he's been doing that.
And he's proud of it too.
Look.
He was telling himself.
Look at the acrimonious split between obviously him and Canelo and how it's all fell out and stuff, and now how they both hate each other. But this was part of the reason. So, yeah, man, De La Hoya is so guilty for doing this. He's been doing this.
Remember when he was like, someone asked him about Ryan Garcia tank, and he was like, "Oh no."
Yeah. You do? No, how can you guys do?
Like, no, yeah, Tank's. And remember,
Tank's a beast.
Yeah,
he said Tank's a beast.
And cut as well.
Tank's a beast. Nah, shameful guy, shameless guy.
And you even hear Ryan Garcia saying "F Golden Boy" recently, and he signed to them because he knows what Golden Boy do.
Yep.
And remember when Canelo lost to Bivol?
Yep.
And Oscar was tweeting, "I would have never let you fight Bivol."
He's such a bitter man. Look at another thing. It hurts him.
He was blaming her for the loss. He was like,
"Yep.
You see what happens when you come back and sign with me? Because I would have never let you do." So you just exposed yourself. You're the reason.
Yeah, go on.
He was the reason why Triple G fight that happened earlier. He's not trying to stick anyone in any stiff competition. You probably would have let Canelo go to 168.
He's just trying to milk the cash cow, bro.
He's a bozo, man. And this is one of my favorite fighters at one point.
Yeah, that's what your goats for. I'm saying, don't forget as well. Remember the Ryan Garcia thing? Even I remember. You know when Tank fought the Pitbull. What's his name? Isaac Cruz.
Yeah.
Why was De La Hoya straight away saying, "Oh, I think Ryan Garcia knocks out Isaac"? Who he then did a Twitter poll. Do you want Ryan Garcia to fight Isaac Cruz next? Let's set that up. I'm there thinking to myself, wait, you've just seen Tank beat this guy. Why are you trying to shop Ryan Garcia for? Why are you shopping Ryan Garcia versus Tank?
This guy's he's the
weird
king
guy,
of cherry
man.
picking.
Weird guy.
Picking. Like just the way he manages. Back to what's it called, Jaime. Jaime's not fighting anyone. Going up the rankings, he's already a world champion previously at lower weight class.
At light middle, yep.
He's beat Kamil Sazameta. He's beat Gabriel Rosado. We expect him to push on.
Okay, let's put this in perspective, Flowz. Jaime Munguia has held the WBO Intercontinental Middleweight title. That's the Intercontinental version since 2020. And his last, 3 fights, he's been defending that Intercontinental belt. Despite being mandatory for all that time for Demetrius Andrade's WBO title. So I don't get what, obviously I know they're milking him, but it's like, come on, man, push on with this guy. Like, we can see the quality is there. We see he's ready for a world title shot. He should be competing now. He should be having fights with Triple G by now. I can't like. He's been at middleweight for time now.
Yeah, yes.
For time.
That middleweight division is the worst division, man.
He's been at middleweight since 2020, man. Like, come on, man.
Sitting around, there's been no real matchups. These guys have been nothing. That division stinks. I don't know what they're waiting around for.
We've discussed Charlo, what he's doing. Now he's fighting Cerameta. He's fighting Selecki, right?
Yeah, Selecki. Demetrius, we wanted to move up. He's injured now.
Yeah,
you got your boy Chris Eubank Jr. in that division, just calling out people.
Just tweeting, just tweeting. That's it.
Just tweeting. Gary O'Sullivan just fought. Gary O'Sullivan, he's the best in that division.
He's the one that's fighting the guys. Yeah.
He's the one who's been in there with all of these guys.
Yeah.
All these guys are gonna fight him, Selecki, Cerameta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. Yeah, Munguia, and the thing is, Munguia is, he's had like 50 fights and he's 25. Like, surely this is the right time to be proper, like putting him in against these guys. Like, that's what Canelo was doing. So
he's doing a wild. I don't know what he's doing. Who's Jimmy Kelly?
Yeah, and the thing is, he's a UK fighter who we don't even know. We've never heard of him ever.
What's his rank? I know he's not in the top 10 in any of his body. He might not even be in the top 20.
Let me see if he's ranked on. Let me see.
I know he's not.
He's 21st in the world apparently at middleweight. Fourth in the UK.
Who's number one? Cash.
Well, in the UK, Eubank.
Oh, Eubank.
Eubank, Cash, Liam Williams, and then Kelly.
Oh my days, man. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm even annoyed we're discussing this fight.
Luckily, we're lucky.
Yeah, man, everyone needs to leave Golden Boy, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these, it is what it is. I don't know. I'm lost for words.
it's a nothing fight. And to be fair, I haven't seen. They know it too because I ain't been seeing much promo about it either. I was even when I was going through the fights of next week, I was even shocked. I was like, "Wow, Munguia's fighting next week." I didn't even know. So yeah, nonsense fight, and Munguia's gonna blast this guy out in 2 rounds or whatever. Yeah, they've got to push on with him. Basically, push on with Jaime. He's good enough. We like him. Push on with him, man. Simple. Push on with him. It's time to go.
He's good. He's ready.
Yeah, he's been more than ready, bro.
There's a lot of good fights to be made in that division, but there's no urgency from any of these men.
Yeah. What's more frustrating for you, this division or the welterweights?
This one. Because the welterweights, we've got promising guys who are ambitious, trying to fight.
Yeah.
We're on even the top guys, they're fighting top level fights. They're just two we want to see fight each other.
Yeah. So
the welterweights are getting it on. They're just moving kind of slow.
Yeah.
This division, they're just sitting around.
Nasty.
This is the worst division by a mile.
Real nasty. Real nasty behavior. Cool. Just a few more things I want to touch upon. Just sort of what's been going on in the boxing news that we didn't really discuss the last couple of weeks. I think the first thing we didn't really touch upon was how it seems as if, obviously, the Canelo lost to Bivol. At the time, it seemed like there was going to be the rematch. He's going to exercise the rematch clause with Bivol. Since that fight's gone down and that's occurred, we're seeing, I guess, a U-turn of sorts, in the sense that Canelo doesn't look like he's going to go for the rematch with Bivol, which is good. It looks like they're going to go straight into that Triple G trilogy fight in September, I believe, which is what the protracted date was. I think September it was, Flowz, correct me if I'm wrong.
I think the dates were confirmed, September.
Yeah, so fully confirmed and everything, calm. So yeah, we're getting the Triple G rematch, the big money grab. So I think for me, even though I didn't really care for the rematch with Triple G, it's I know why they've made it. Obviously, it's that money grab or whatever. But yeah, obviously, we've said it on this pod many times. We don't want to see Canelo campaign at 175. We said it's not for him at all. So yeah, I'd rather he stuck away from that division there. And so yeah, it seems like someone's been in his ear and talked the things to him and just said, this is the better move. So better to do that.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think it probably even makes more money.
Yeah, it does.
From the Triple G fight now that he's lost the fight, and he seems more human, even though, like you said, we've been vocal for damn near however many episodes ago.
Listeners, we're going to show you, if you stay tuned to our socials next couple of days, we're going to show you how vocal we've been about this Canelo 175 thing.
Yeah.
But anyways,
we've advised him not to go near them boys up there. And maybe he's listening. maybe he heard. Yeah, so he's back down. It's a good fight. It's a good fight still. People tune in.
Yeah.
Or have eyes on it. In terms of what the fans or boxing fans want to see, it's a no. Yeah. But business-wise, it's a big yes. So yeah, and
Flowz, you say it's a no, but I know a lot of people who are actually happy that's been made because they felt like Triple G, it's time he gets retribution. Marquez style. I'm guys saying obviously he didn't lose to Canelo in both fights, and he's come away with a draw and a loss. So they're hoping that Triple G can get some sort of retribution, even though I don't see it happening. But they're hoping for Marquez Pacquiao, I reckon.
He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose. He's gonna lose, and he's gonna get a final payday and maybe bounce because he has no ambition of unifying or moving up. Well, no, he unified. I mean, he but he's not sticking around. He's moving up to 168 to do this fight. So we'll see what his ambitions are after this. I think it's a payday for him. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, credit to Canelo. He don't wait around. Look, this is what we want to see from fights. He's lost. He's announced his next fight. He keeps fighting. He keeps staying active. Certain men are just chilling. They've lost, and we won't see them for a year or two. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and none of these men are even fighting the people he's facing. Yeah, like look at his previous opponents. All these guys who are built to fight him. None of them have fought his previous opponents. Yeah, none of them have stepped in the ring with him. Even as a yardstick. Yeah, man, bozos, man. Bozos everywhere. I think another big news we got to cover really
is obviously something I think we discussed at length on this pod. Something I predicted as well in terms of what Anthony Joshua was going to do trainer-wise. And a decision has finally been made. As predicted, he has added, well, they say he changed trainers. I don't know if McCracken's still going to be there in some capacity, but he's going to be working with Robert Garcia for his next fight, obviously against Usyk, which is, they're saying it's going to be around maybe July, August, potentially. I think it's very close to being announced. It does seem to be like it's a done deal already. But yeah, Robert Garcia has been added to the ranks for Anthony Joshua. Highly respected trainer. Achieved a lot as a trainer. I think he's had like 14, 15 world champions. A lot of very good fighters on his resume. You've got stuff like, or guys like obviously Jose Ramirez, Mikey Garcia, obviously. Margarito, Maidana. It's all escaping me, but yeah.
Your a lot of Brandon Rios.
Right. Brandon Rios, yeah. A lot of good fighters. He's had a lot of good fighters. Vargas as well. He's highly well respected and a very good trainer. I think the general consensus flows is that this is a really good move for AJ. They feel like Robert Garcia is the type of guy, and his style is going to suit AJ down to a T into helping him win this rematch of Usyk. For you, what are your initial thoughts of Garcia being selected as the coach?
Garcia's a good coach.
Yeah,
I can't take that away from him. He's definitely a good coach. I need to see how AJ looks. I ain't someone who's going to say, oh yeah, great addition. I'm a bit unsure. I don't think Garcia's worked with a heavyweight before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not that I can think of.
He had no. Actually, I don't think he has. I can check. It's not springing to mind, to be honest. Let me check. But
yeah. So yeah, if you can check. And I like the addition in terms of it gives you an indication of what style AJ wants to bring to this next fight.
No one of note. No heavyweights of note.
Yeah, it gives a slight indication. But I feel like you need time to gel in those situations and to see how things work, to implement a game plan, to bring in a new trainer and jump right in with Usyk.
Yeah,
is a tough proposition. Yeah, and once again, I don't know how often he's worked with heavyweights. It's almost like a different sport up in those at those levels. But
yeah,
I think it gives an indication of the AJ we might see. So yeah, it could work. It could stink. I guess with anything. Not much of a prediction from me.
I hear you. I think for me, he's obviously clearly a sort of name brand guy in terms of recognized, highly respected in boxing circles. And I guess the proof is in the pudding in terms of the amount of champions that he's had under his belt and the amount of guys he's delivered world titles to. So yeah, he definitely is a good coach. I think I can see the idea. If you look at, for example, Ramirez, for example, and Margarito, classic, I guess, Mexican style, come forward pressure fighters, which some say is part of what AJ needs to do against Usyk, as opposed to trying to box my man. So I guess theoretically it does make sense in that regard, but yeah, you never know these things. And yeah, as you mentioned, he hasn't really had the heavyweight before. But I do appreciate, like I said, I do think him getting new training was important. I think it was so important to just look at things from a different lens. So yeah, I think I'm not angry at the move. I think it's a good appointment. Whether or not it's going to work, I don't know. These things you can never say.
Yeah.
Any trainer AJ shacked up with, I'll be saying the same in the terms of I don't know, because ultimately, for me, AJ winning this fight isn't really down to who trains him. It's down to whether he's got that dog in him. I've said that from day one. That's to me, that's the tangible here. It's not about whoever trains. Yeah, the trainer's obviously going to help and stuff, but it's really down to, for me, does AJ have the dog? That's what I question. So yeah,
I can't lie to you right now. The way he's posting on socials, and the way he's moving is getting me hot.
The way he's smiling, in every photo.
Smiling, chilling, doing weird captions.
I see one screw face, apart from the university thing when he hotted up them students.
That's the best thing I've seen from him. Like,
that's the AJ we need.
That's what I want to be seeing. That's what you need to be posted. Like, you angry, like you burning, or you training at least. I'm just chilling there doing up model and doing up holiday. Like, every time he posts, I'm like, brother, if I do this, in the gym is sweating. Like, I need to see training videos. You banging body bags and
trust.
Yeah, smiling and posting and
boy, Usyk is coming from a war, bruv. So he's ready mentally. Trust me.
Hopefully that gets announced soon, and then that situation can be tied up. And
facts.
You see what Tyson Fury is doing after.
Yeah, but a lot of riding on AJ winning this rematch still. But I think those are the main key bits of news. Apart from, I don't know if you saw the Anthony Yarde's news. Well, I say it's news. It hasn't really been officially announced yet, but obviously he's in position to fight the winner of Joe Smith and Beterbiev, which is happening later on. Is it this month or next month? But apparently Frank has already like booked venues for him to fight the winner over in London. So that's worth looking out for at some point, listeners. Because we need to discuss on whether this is, once again, is this the right move for Anthony Yarde? We will get into that at some point, because boy, I'm not a fan of just sitting on the couch and waiting. I'll be honest.
But that fight was lined up from time ago, so we knew it was coming. But to be fair, in terms of announcements, we've had a few inklings. We're edging closer to a few fights. We obviously saw Michaela Mayer, Alicia Baumgartner.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and we didn't even talk about obviously the other female fight that the ones we were most excited for. Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. I don't think we talked about it on the pod.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields, September. It's a done deal. Going down in September. I can't flip and wait, man. And this Baumgartner and Michaela Mayer fight as well is a freaking barnstormer too, because that's the most active. Well, I wouldn't say the most active, because Savannah Clarissa is very active, but them two have been going at it for time.
Them two daily basis,
every day during chirping all the time.
Yeah, that beef is fried, really.
Hey, man, the ladies are back in the beef, bro. They're on it.
Yeah, boxing Twitter is live right now. And these lot actually getting in the ring, so fair play. Yeah, and hopefully we have good news about Crawford and Spence soon. Yeah,
I'm hearing it's getting closer and closer. Fingers crossed with that one. Okay. Yeah, man. The back end of this year, boxing wise, second half of this year, boxing wise, Flowz could be one for the ages. I can't lie.
Yeah, we're in for a treat.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
But I think we should leave it there. It's been a good episode again. Again, hats off to Devin Haney. Welcome to the Undisputed crew. There's a few people out there now that got it. I'm very intrigued to see which one of these. In fact, this is a call out. This is a special challenge to you, Tank, Loba, Ryan Garcia. Y'all better get in the ring with this man. I ain't trying to see no ducking. He's got all 4 belts now. You guys get, that's the prize right there. All 4 belts. You guys better go grab that.
It's a shame. How can you not call out the Undisputed champion? You guys calling out regular champions.
Insane.
True. Jokers. Especially you, Ryan Garcia. Boys of the week.
Boys of the week is 100% Ryan Garcia. How could you be caught? I can't.
And off the back of him losing 20 grand betting on Rolly.
In it? Idiot. Yeah. Idiot.
Back to back boys of the week, Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. Give it to him. Idiot. But man, this is episode 93 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, I've been your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And stay locked in. Keep following us and keep rocking with us. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.